The time was right, and I was sure that this was the right island. I had my boat handy, and I was ready myself. But till now, the main ingredient had been missing. The girl.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Taking pictures. And if I don't get any good ones, it'll be all my fault. The visibility is something terrific down there.
Is it?
Uh-huh. My name's Mike Nelson. What's yours?
Catherine Drayton?
Ah, nice meeting you. I, just been diving this area the last couple of days. Boy, it's the greatest.
Yes, it is.
Hope I get some of my camera. Those coral formations down there, boy, oh boy, huh? They're really something.
Someday I'm going to learn how to use an underwater camera myself.
Well, no time like the present. Be glad to teach you. As soon as I get rid of my tanks, huh? They haven't got any air in them.
Thank you very much, but I'm going quite a bit farther out today.
You know it's dangerous diving alone like that?
Yes? Don't you?
Touché, but I couldn't find anyone to dive with me. Until now. How about it, huh? You gonna dive with me? At least as long as I'm here?
Perhaps. We'll see.
I'll teach you how to use a camera.
Goodbye, Mr. Nelson.
Bye. Coast Guard Cutter Morris, this is WM-2050, over. Coast Guard Cutter Morris, this is WM-2050, over.
This is the Coast Guard Cutter Morris. Over.
This is Mike Nelson. I have a message for Commander Flint. Over.
Ready to take your message, sir. Over.
Well, I finally made contact with Captain Drayton. But it's gonna take a little doing. It's gonna take some time to get anywhere with her.
It's going to take a little time to get anywhere with her.
It'll be fun trying anyway. WM-2050, out.
I wasn't just talking when I advised Commander Flint of the Office of Naval Scientific Research that I'd need some time to make any headway with Kathy Drayton. I probably never would have if she hadn't wanted to learn how to take pictures underwater.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Kathy?
Hmm?
How come you're such a hermit?
Am I?
Oh, yeah. Living out here all alone? No friends, nothing to do, no place to go, except underwater?
Is that bad?
Well, it's a steady diet, yeah.
I'm happy, Mike.
Well, knowing you for the short length of time that I have, I don't think you are. Intelligent guy like you, no chance to use that pretty little head of yours?
It's no great loss.
I don't agree with there either. Don't you really miss the States?
No, I don't. And I'm not going back, ever.
Really? Why do you say that?
I swore I wouldn't when my father died. He was a scientist, Mike. He was working in a new field, bionics. It's biology plus electronics. He invented a device for measuring electric currents underwater. And it killed him.
I'm sorry. You ever find out why?
I don't know. Something in the transformer.
Oh? Well, I should have thought you'd kept on working until you found out just what it was, you know, and then fixed it.
How did you know I worked on it at all?
Why? Your father was Henry Drayton, wasn't he? The newspapers didn't say exactly what he was working on, but they did say that you were his assistant.
You knew that when you met me?
Yes, I did.
And you never said anything.
Well,
thank you, Mike, very much. But let's not talk about it anymore now, all right?
I didn't want to talk about it myself, but Commander Flint couldn't wait much longer. Kathy would have to be told why I'd been sent down here, and by me. But I just couldn't bring myself to handle that much of a jolt. I decided to drop the whole idea, for now at least, and concentrate on taking pictures. I wanted a starfish to pose with, and it was sitting on a live wire, bionically speaking. A torpedo ray.
It's lucky for you it wasn't a large one. Torpedo ray has 400,000 electric discs. Big one can discharge 70 volts. That's a lot underwater.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened to your father, huh? But it was the omnimeter that backfired on him underwater.
How did you know that? The omnimeter was top secret.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Commodore in the Coast Guard Auxiliary. And I have a very close friend in the Office of Scientific Research.
Commander Flint?
That's right.
I told him to leave me alone.
He couldn't. He's working on an invention of your father's back home. He can't finish his job. He needs your help.
Well, he can't have it.
Now, listen, kid.
No, not anymore. I was beginning to think that you liked me, that I could trust you.
You can.
Go back and tell your boss it didn't work. I didn't fall for you after all.
I took Kathy at her word. I headed back to Nassau, where my temporary boss, Commander Flint, was standing by. When I got there, we dreamed up a new plan. Kathy wouldn't go back to the States to work on the omnimeter, that was for sure. But she might be willing to work on it here. So Commander Flint had it flown down to Nassau. Within 24 hours, we were on our way back to Kathy's island retreat. The commander, the omnimeter, and me. We anchored in a spot that would give Kathy a front row seat. It wasn't going to be just a test of a far-out bionic device. I was hoping to put a pretty far-out girl under fire, too.
Are you nervous, Mike?
Oh, no, Commander, not about the machine.
Well, I am. Up to now, all our tests have been under controlled laboratory conditions. This will be the first time out in the open ocean since Drayton was killed.
Well, you couldn't have picked a more isolated spot for it. There's no electricity on the island.
And we'll keep everything on the boat dead. So whatever you pick up on the screen downstairs should be the electrical impulses out of Nassau. That's the point we're targeted on.
Nassau's 100 miles away. Oh, that's really something. Pick up an impulse that far away.
Not only that, it'll amplify that impulse. Safely, we hope. Lord knows we've been working on it hard enough. And after the impulse is amplified, it'll start recording effects on my panel up here.
Well, that works like sonar radar, huh?
No, it's an entirely different principle. You see, Mike, bionics is a brand new science. That's why we need experienced people like Kathy Drayton. Need them badly.
Well, she knows we're here. She can see my boat from a cottage. I think she'll show up.
Well, I hope so. It's hard to see how she can resist as a scientist.
I don't know about that. There's a woman. I'll gamble on her curiosity.
Well?
Well, it seemed that I'd lost my bet. Kathy didn't show up. I could only hope now that the omnimeter would behave as predicted. My instructions were to set the delicate device in place on the bottom, then get out of the water while Commander Flint gave it a final checkout from topside. The omnimeter was so sensitive, we couldn't use underwater telephone communication. An electrical impulse that close might be amplified into a death jolt for the operator. Maybe not. It could be that the commander and his crew had eliminated the bugs that had killed Kathy's father and scared her into a run out on life.
Well, look who's here. Welcome aboard.
Mike, I only have one thing to say. Don't do it.
Everything ready? Radio?
Boat's all dead. As soon as you get down there, I'm ready to read you.
Generator's okay, too, huh?
Right.
Mike, listen to me. There are too many unknown factors down there.
All right, then watch the panel. There won't be so many unknown factors, huh?
You can't let him do this.
Look, you don't think I'd risk Mike's life?
Commander, I saw my father electrocuted by that thing down there.
I know, Miss Drayton. I know what that did to you, too, but we've done a lot of work on the omnimeter since then.
In the lab. This is very different. Mike, listen to me!
All I had to do now was follow Commander Flint's instructions. Set the device, turn it on, and jiggle the dials a little. Nothing happened. The needle didn't even budge. Either Nassau was dead electrically, or this thing was. The first thing I remember, after being jabbed by a couple of million needles, was Commander Flint trying to force my mouthpiece back in place again. Luckily, he succeeded. Otherwise, when I came to, I'd have sucked in a lungful of water instead of life-giving air.
I don't see how it happened. His gloves aren't torn. His hands were perfectly insulated.
There's no protection once the voltage starts spilling over like that.
But why does it? Where does it come from? Screen showed it didn't come from Nassau.
There are 100 sources of electricity underwater that we've never even thought of yet.
Obviously. Look, Miss Drayton, your father must have had some theory.
He had lots of theories. They didn't save his life.
And you better do something about it, Kathy, because I don't want another Joe like that next time.
Don't you know how close you came to being killed? Didn't you learn your lesson?
The important thing is, did you and the commander learn something? And can you put it to use now?
Mike, I don't care about that. I came here because I was frightened for you.
All right. And do something about it, huh?
At least take the risk out of it. Okay, go on back to Little Island, huh, and hide so we can get some work done. As soon as I get my wind, Commander, we'll go down and see if we can bring that thing up.
All right, Mike. You win. Bring it up and I'll take a look at it.
When Kathy Drayton made up her mind to cooperate, she went all the way. She checked through every bit of data that she'd filed away after her father's death. Every electronic bionic formula, every design and plan of the device that killed him. It couldn't have been easy for her. And it wasn't for us either. She worked it so hard, I started to wish that old Ben Franklin hadn't discovered electricity in the first place. It wasn't until 2 weeks later that Kathy finally was satisfied. She had made the omnimeter as safe to operate as she knew how. She insisted on coming down with me, though, to test it. Commander Flint remained topside to monitor our reception. Now, we were just about ready. But Kathy was taking no avoidable chances. She spotted some of those little known sources of electricity she told us about. And they had to go first. It worked. The omnimeter was recording an electrical impulse from 100 miles away and amplifying it safely. It was a major breakthrough. I reached forward to reset the device for Miami. It blew, freezing me to it with a multi-volt charge. Rub it with it completely numb. The only thing that happened, Kathy, is that we picked up a torpedo ray instead of Miami, that's all.
Very funny. If I hadn't been there, you'd be dead.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks a lot, Kathy.
For what? It was my fault. I should have taken something like that ray into consideration.
Well, next time we will.
There won't be any next time.
Now, Kathy, look, we've almost succeeded.
I don't think so. We're not even close. And there won't be any more tests until we are.
Now, when do you think that'll be?
Maybe never.
Kathy might or might not solve it, but I was going to do what I could to make the next test safer for all concerned. One way was to make the area unsafe for torpedo rays. Kathy reported she was making faster progress than she'd expected. She'd be ready to try the omnimeter again tomorrow morning. That afternoon, Commander Flint and I rigged a four-sided net around the test site to keep out any living source of electricity. No fish, eel, or ray was going to turn the omnimeter into a portable electric chair this time. Next morning, we were anxious to get started. Apparently, Kathy was even more so. She'd already arrived. Her boat was moored astern.
Hey, the omnimeter's gone.
What?
Yeah, and you know who's got it, too.
It's pulling in Miami like a magnet. Mike, I think Kathy's really got it licked this time. You know, apparently the machine can handle distant electrical impulses safely. It's just the nearby ones that cause the trouble. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Something's kicking up a fuss down there.
Everything's dead in the boat here. I'm sure nothing can get through that net down below.
Well, something must have something big. Look at it now.
Maybe it's a ship.
Well, it shouldn't be. We're 100 miles off any shipping lane. Hey, wait a minute. What's this over here?
Oh, yeah. It's a pleasure boat.
Oh, my gosh. We gotta do something to stop him.
I can't do it with the radio.
No, that would jolt Kathy to Kingdom Come. We can't use a flare.
My rifle. That might do it. Yeah, maybe we can scare him away, huh?
It's worth a try.
It looked as if her father's invention was finishing her off, too. She had saved my life by breaking my grip on the machine. It wouldn't work this time. That cruiser upstairs, even with its engines idling, was discharging 10 times the voltage that I'd taken because of the torpedo ray. That's what was freezing her so rigidly to the machine. If I so much as touched her, it would freeze me, too. What I could do, though, was to try to break the machine loose from her. It could work if I could manage to wedge her in the coral, just for a moment.
Here, try this.
This will take care of you. I'll warm your ears.
Oh,
You're feeling better now, aren't you?
yeah.
I was wrong, Kathy, and I'm sorry. I guess there's just some scientific problems that can't be solved, and this is one of them.
Yes. Not very much work's been done on it, though.
And there won't be any more work done on it by my office, anyway. Rest assured of that.
You're going to give up on the omnimeter, then?
Well, under the circumstances, it wouldn't make much sense not to, would it?
Well, I'm not sure. I think we're on the right track.
Could be. I still can't ask my men to risk their lives.
Well, how about a civilian volunteer, then?
What?
Kathy, you're not going to quit?
Oh, I do want to, but I can't now. You thought of that.
Oh, you mean because I saved your life? No. You decided to go on living long before that. All by yourself, too.
No, not all by myself. And I don't want to be anymore.
Oh, Kathy. Did you hear that, Commander?
I sure did.
Hello there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. Skin diving is fun and adventure for young and old, but it can be dangerous. So know the sport well and don't take any chances. Be with you next week.
for another exciting sea hunt. I'd come to the Bahamas for a vacation, not to teach skin diving. But this eager young man wouldn't take no for an answer. His name was Bob Hicks. I'd never seen a less promising pupil. He checked out okay as a swimmer, but he took to life underwater the way a fish does to mountain climbing. I was sorry, but there were no two ways about it. This lad belonged topside. And at the end of our third session, that's where I took him. When we got to the surface, I didn't even wait till we were on the boat to tell him that his lessons were over.
Why, Mike? Look, I've done everything you told me to.
Yeah, I know. But, we just don't have the time for you to learn how to dive the way you should.
Look, I've got to learn how to dive now, please.
Why? You don't like to dive. You're on the verge of panic all the time down there.
I've still got to learn how. Now, are you going to teach me or aren't you?
I'm sorry, Bob. Just don't have the time. I'm supposed to be on vacation, you know.
Okay. But if anything happens, remember, you're responsible.
Later that day, I went ashore for dinner, still mulling over Bob Hicks' threat or warning.
Hey, Nelson.
The name was Morrell, the man said. Vincent Morrell. And he had a present for me.
$100 bill. It'll be formal from Nelson, depending on the headway you make from now on.
Headway on what?
We're teaching Bob Hicks to skin dive. You were going to stop, I understand.
Did he tell you why?
Not directly. He was crying about it a little this afternoon in the lobby of my hotel. Oh, by the way, don't tell him about our deal. He wouldn't like it.
Okay. Why should you pay me $500 to teach somebody else how to dive?
Friendship. I don't like my friends to be frustrated. See you later, old man.
It was an off hour, but I was having an early dinner to have time to chew my thoughts, along with my food.
Hey, Albert.
I didn't order this.
Compliments of the ladies, sir.
Oh, quite a switch, huh?
Anything can happen in the Bahamas, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, don't bother, Mr. Nelson. I really can't stay. I have another appointment. I'm Carol Sloan. I hope you'll forgive me.
What for? This is the nicest thing that's happened to me in a long time.
It's a bribe.
Oh? Think that's necessary? I don't.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. I have a friend, a young man.
Lucky young man.
He's very depressed. You should have seen him in here this afternoon.
The name of your friend wouldn't happen to be Hicks by any chance, would it? Bob Hicks?
That's right. Bob told me that you cut off his lessons today without notice.
Now, this is a kind of an apple for the teacher, huh?
For the teacher who's going to reopen school tomorrow morning. Good night, Mr. Nelson.
Don't tell me you muffed it, sir.
Yeah, looks like. That wolf at the bar was a little too fast for me.
Well, better luck next time, sir.
Maybe tomorrow, after school. P.S. Next morning, I reopened school. And Bob Hicks surprised me by starting to make the grade. Someone else was keeping an eye on Bob's progress. I didn't know who, but I meant to find out. No use. I'd lost him. An army of frogmen could have hidden in this coral reef without ever being found. But I was troubled and puzzled. Why all this interest in Bob Hicks, boy skin diver?
Hi.
Well, hello there.
May I come aboard?
Be my guest.
Thanks.
You got another apple for the teacher?
Oh, no.
Hi.
Hi. How is it going?
Well, at least when I go down there now, I feel fairly sure I'm going to come up again.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm sorry. You two haven't met. Mike Nelson, this is Carol Sloan. Carol's a friend of mine.
Happy to know you, Mike. Haven't we met somewhere before?
Could be. I've been there.
So have I.
I don't get it.
Oh, it's nothing. Hurry up and get your gear. We got lots to do.
You, two known each other for quite a while, have you?
Oh, yes. He's engaged to my kid sister back in the States.
Oh. You live here in the Bahamas, do you?
No, I'm just down here for a month. And then Bob popped in from Bermuda on his way home from Europe. He took a cottage next door to me, just beyond the point there.
He said it was a kind of a spur-of-the-moment deal. Had trouble with a plane and had to land. That plane ought to be fixed up by about now, shouldn't it?
Yes, but he likes the Bahamas so much he decided to stay.
Huh? And try to dive, huh?
Yes.
Tell me.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes, Bob.
Let's go then.
Goodbye, Mike.
Hey, thanks.
I didn't know whether to believe Carol or not. Now, one thing was certain. Someone wasn't coming clean about something. A little later, I stumbled onto one of those people. Hi, Morrell.
Hi, Nelson. Making any progress with Hicks?
Don't you know?
No. How could I?
You were down there watching both of us, weren't you?
Are you kidding? Would I pay you $500 to teach him how to skin dive if I knew how to myself?
Doesn't make much sense to me.
No, of course not. I've got something for you. I promised you these. And there's 200 more coming.
Not until I know what it's for.
Oh, I told you. I'm a friend of his.
I don't think he knows you from Adam. What's your angle, anyway?
Ever hear of Lloyd's of London? I'm at the Royal Hotel. Now let me know when Hicks is able to dive by himself.
When an insurance company like Lloyd's of London is interested in a man, it can only mean one thing. And when that man literally hates being underwater, yet forces himself to become a pretty fair diver, there's got to be a connection. Peeping Tom again. Morrell had denied being able to dive. Maybe this was some other character. I didn't have any better luck this time than before. Then I saw still another member of the underwater PTA. It had to be a different one, because he was in a different area. Who were these underwater snoopers? If Morrell had lied and was one of them, I still had no clue to the second. Now the second diver was gone, too. This whole thing was getting weirder and weirder. One more question bothered me as I swam back. Did Bob Hicks know about these two watchdogs? He had given no sign of even seeing them. It was time for a showdown between Hicks and me. Well, I think I finally figured it out.
Yeah, what's that?
Why you want to learn how to dive. There's something valuable down there, and you know exactly where it is, right?
Suppose it is. What about it?
Well, that depends on what it is. Might be stolen merchandise. There might even be a reward for it from some outfit like Lloyd's of London, maybe?
Well, you're way off base.
No, Bob. I think we better tell him.
What are you talking about?
We have to, Bob. Please believe me. You're right, Mike. When Bob dropped in to see me, he was on his way back from Amsterdam with a package of diamonds. He works for a diamond importer in New York.
What's the name of that diamond dealer?
Gellhorn Incorporated.
Well, go on.
He had the stones in a money belt. We went swimming, and the belt broke and sank. It's that simple.
What was this?
That's none of your business.
Please, Bob. Not far from this boat. Why not let him help you look for it? That is, if he wants to.
I don't mind.
Well, all right, we'll give it a crack tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay by me. I think I'll get into something dry.
Is there a Gellhorns Incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just the same, it won't be long before he's onto the real story.
Oh, that won't matter.
Oh, no?
Not if you find the belt first.
I tried to check Carol's story with New York, but this was Friday. 6 p.m. Friday, and everything was shut up tight for the weekend. I learned that there was a diamond outfit named Gellhorn, but that's all. Nothing on Bob Hicks or Carol Sloan. Who were they, anyway? Decent people in trouble, or a couple of crooks? Now I began to get an idea who the second diver was. The wolf who followed Carol out of the restaurant a few nights back.
Hi. Okay to come aboard?
Who's the big attraction? Carol Sloan or Bob Hicks?
Hicks mainly. But the girl's a corker, isn't she? Sorry to get your floor wet. I know I should have done this on deck.
But this is a little more private, huh?
Yes. My name's Powery, by the way. Steve Powery. Just to prove it.
Washington, huh? I know some fellas who work out of that office. Charlie Dexter, you know him?
Yes, I know Charlie Dexter.
Describe him.
Oh, he's about 5'10", 185 pounds, blonde, crew cut. Went to Amherst.
Know his wife? What's her name?
Shirley. And she makes a mean Caesar salad. They live on Q Street in a red brick house, and they're owned by a dachshund named Wilhelm.
Hey, why are you so interested in Bob Hicks? What's he done?
Did you ever hear the term defector?
Yeah. That's a guy who goes over the opposition. Why, is Bob Hicks a defector?
Well, we don't know for sure. He was carrying top-secret microfilm from Europe to Washington.
Microfilm? And a money belt, huh?
Yeah. That's how valuable they are. He'd have to keep them on his person. He wouldn't dare let them out of his sight. Well, he was coming back via Bermuda, but for some reason he cut out of there.
Yeah, his plane set down for repairs.
Yes, it did. But what's he doing here in the Bahamas?
Oh, he's visiting his friend, Carol Sloan. He said that he went swimming with her and lost his money belt. Now he's taking up scuba diving. See if he can find it, I guess.
Why didn't he contact Washington?
I don't know.
Somebody else looking for that belt, you know?
Someone on this island?
Yeah. A fellow called Vincent Morrell. He's at the Royal Hotel.
Does Hicks know him? Have they been in contact?
I don't know.
What do you know about Morrell?
Well, he's paid me $300 already to teach Hicks how to dive. Owes me 200 more. Pretty good pay, huh?
I was hoping this was just a case of poor judgment. That Hicks was trying to get the films back by himself rather than confess he lost them, but now I'm not so sure. Nelson, this is important. Those films, I can't tell you how important.
Yeah. I can imagine. Well, maybe I can catch two birds with one skin diver.
Hmm?
Me. I set up a meeting with Morrell. I told him that Bob Hicks was ready to go it alone now if he wanted him to. I collected the $200 I had coming. Then I made him a proposition.
How about hiring me to finish the job?
Hire you to finish the job? What do you mean?
Oh, you want to get back what your outfit insured, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's in that money belt down below.
Who told you it was a money belt?
Hicks? I conned him into it.
Keep talking.
Well, he told me that he lost it while he was in swimming. Where would he go swimming? Right out in front of where he's staying now, don't you think?
So?
So? You make it worth my while. I'll be in the lookout. I'll see where he goes in. I'll know the exact location of that belt. You'll have it made.
I have it made already. You taught Hicks to dive. Now he'll be able to recover the belt himself, and he won't keep it. Thank you, Nelson, but I don't need your help.
If Morrell was right, Bob Hicks was a defector. Next morning, I got my chance to find out. As I anticipated, Bob appeared in front of his house ready to dive. I was waiting for him offshore. As I had figured, he couldn't find the money belt. He didn't know how to look for it. I persuaded him to surface with me. There we could talk it over.
What are you doing down here?
I want to help you find that belt.
I can find it myself.
Well, you haven't yet. I don't think you will. You don't have any system for searching.
Well, I suppose you do, huh?
Yeah. I got everything we need right down below to do it. Want to give it a try?
Okay.
I had already prepared for a systematic search. With a rope tied off to a rock, we could methodically cover a given area until we found what we were looking for. Everything that looks like a rock underwater isn't. And finally, there it was. I'd been expecting Vincent Morrell. I hadn't been expecting this. I had my hands full getting rid of the spear gun before I could use it again. But Bob Hicks was totally unprepared to face this kind of action underwater. He had me at a disadvantage, and he made the most of it. My air hose was cut before I could reverse the odds. I had no choice but to head for the surface and shuck my gear. Underwater, Hicks was totally at the mercy of this old pro. He fought as best he could, but he didn't have a chance. Morrell's knife cut deep into his shoulder. I was boiling mad when I got back into the fight. I didn't stop fighting till Morrell was unconscious. I got Morrell to the cabin of my boat. Steve Powery was waiting there to find out who was doing what to whom.
No. Oh, my. Here, take it.
What'll I do with it?
We had to lie to you. It isn't diamonds.
What is it?
I can't tell you. It's secret. It's top secret. Look, take it down to the American consul.
Thank you, Alfred, but I didn't order anything.
Compliments of the gentleman, miss.
Well, well, but I thought he had left the islands.
Without saying goodbye, miss? Mr. Nelson would hardly do a thing like that.
Well, I should say not.
Is that what this is for? Nice to have known you and so long.
Well, I really haven't known you. I'd like to.
I'll drink to that.
Oh? What about my competition?
Steve Powery, you mean? He's on his way back to Washington with Bob. And Morrell's in jail. No competition in sight.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's go out and do the town, huh?
That's the nicest thing that's happened to me in a long time.
Alfred, you were right.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Anything can happen in the Bahamas.
Yes, sir.
Hi there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. Skin diving is certainly a lot of fun, and it's full of adventure. See some more of it again next week, huh? When there'll be another excursion into that fabulous underwater world of Sea Hunt.